Yo, what up, Grab? Here. This is a champion guide or champion spotlight for one that has been in raid for a while, but I've not talked about her. She is called Morag, and you find that she is an epic champion from the Dwarves faction, and that's her right here. Morag Bronzelock is not new to raid, and she was popular because she was very essential in some stages of the Corset City of Sintranos, Soul Cross stages especially. So that's why I brought her out of the vault after all this while, and I decided to add her to my team, not for any other dungeon content, but for that main content. For newer players watching this, you're wondering whether this champion will be helping you in some dungeons, arena, clan boss, whatever. I'll tell you about it in this video. Let's take a look at her skills first, because that will determine where you want to use this champion. She's best known in raid right now as this her AoE skill that she brings to the battle. AoE damage. It's nothing special, it's just that it adds strengthen buffs to all allies. It doesn't increase her defense. Yes, her damage is based on defense, so champions whose damage is based on defense usually hit harder sometimes, or even survive longer. That's what they are best known for. So you will build this champion as a damage dealer with 100% crit with some defensive based damage. Those are the two things she needs. Luckily, this champion needs no accuracy. Luckily, she doesn't need any special stats, so the main thing is crit rate, crit damage, and defense, and whatever speed you can reach. So that's what I like about her. That's what I wanted to build her for this content. I've seen even players building 2 copies of her because of how good this AoE damage is. I will test it in battles to see how much damage it can pump out with my endgame gear. All right, now the next best skill apart from my A2 right here that does AoE damage to all the enemies, it's on a 3-turn cooldown, which means it's gonna come around soon to be used again. And the next one is this skill right here, Radar Captain. That's the skill. It's on a 4-turn cooldown when you speak and spend books on it, and it's a all ally, well, I mean 2 ally join attack. So it's an ally attack skill that brings 2 of you, a random ally. You can select who wants to join the attack, and she goes along with and hit 1 enemy. So that's she and 2 other people, right? That's 3 of your allies will hit 1 enemy, meaning they will most likely die. Guess what happens when they die? Grants an extra turn if any enemy is killed. That's it. So this is going to be teaming up with 2 random allies, and then allies joining the attack will always use their A1s as usual. So it's a small ally attack, but considering that she doesn't have a lot going for her skill, they should have made this one at least 3 or 4. But most ally attack champions will know, like Farrakhan the Fat, usually don't have an amazing AoE like this. So they sacrificed her being an ally attack champion for some damage abilities. Now check out her passive also. Whenever she is hit while under strengthening buff that she places on herself and others, she will get a counter attack with her A1. Her A1 is going to attack 2 times. Each hit ignores shield. So if the enemies have shield buffs on them, it will totally be ignored and most likely take them down. So whenever enemy hits her, she will go in with the A1. Whenever enemy hits her, she will go with the A1. That's what the passive is helping her do. It seems like a very straightforward and simple champion. No special aura. You can't use her in the leader slot for any content, right? She won't get any advantage from being in the leader slot. So a very straightforward champion. That's why everybody you see will just build this champion. High defense, high crit rate, high crit damage. That's it. Very simple. Maybe that's why a lot of people are using her in the city of Sintranos, the Corset City, because she's not a liability. She's not squishy. She's not attack based. She won't die in 1 hit. She can sustain and hit the enemies with their A1 consistently until her skills come around and she can use it again. So when I saw these skills, I was like, what's so special about this champion? It seems like she's a normal champion in raid who has no special abilities, no hidden secrets, nothing. Everything is just straightforward. Defensive AoE, ally attack. That's the only 2 things she brings in battle. So I'll take her into battle and see whether she's worth all the hype that they've been hyping about Morag Bronzelock. All right, let me show you how I built mine. This is the few times when I looked at a champion build, I'm like, what artifact set am I going to put on her? Just put random stuff on her because she had no accuracy requirement. She has no number of high amount of buffs that she's putting out that will say protection. She had no specific requirement. And again, I built this champion specifically for Corset City. So that means I didn't want to put her in my best savage gear, my best lethal gear. We'll leave that for arena champions, right? I didn't want to put her in a crazy build. She's not We'll leave that for Hydra champions. There are champions who used in special content who need a lot of damage, a lot of speed, a lot of work. I just put her in a random set basically. You know those artifact sets that you're looking at, it will be an offset one day, it will be an offset. Well, I look for all the offset potentials and I found some and put it on her using the Alhade's artifact extractor as a guide. So that's what I put on her right now. Nothing special. What am I looking for? Like I said 3 times already, high crit rate 100%, highest crit damage I could reach, and high defense. Those are the 3 stats. And considering I'm using her in a corset city, I decided to also get the speed high. Now for newer players, let's not just go high first of all, let's just come lower. In the beginning stages, defense. If you started farming the clan boss, you get a lot of these defensive sets, and this is going to be the best early game set for this type of champion who needs high defense, high crit rate, high crit damage. In that early game, you might want to just go crit rate on the glove, just to hit that 100% crit requirement. It's totally fine to go crit rate on the glove in the early game. And then for your amulet, you always want to go crit damage, except you've not started farming the spider long enough to get a crit damage on the amulet. That's how you put that combination to get her crit rate and crit damage high. Remember, stats is more important than sets, right? So I'm kind of showing this off right now in this place where I'm using 1 set of crit damage only, and because I wanted that crit damage to be high, so I went looking for this glove. Else the build was originally all random sets, but I went looking for a glove to match this crit damage, to get a crit damage a little bit higher, because just by using this glove and weapon match, I'm getting 20% extra crit damage from just 1 set. So if you can go triple crit damage, it's fine. If you get some defensive stats, it's fine. This is not a champion that requires triple speed sets. No, save that for your faster champion who need high speed. So I wouldn't say speed set is for her. Lifesteal might be if you're using this champion in the early game for the content like dungeons, general dungeon content. Lifesteal doesn't go wrong. Never accuracy, because this champion does not need accuracy. Never perception, this champion does not need perception. Save that for champions who need accuracy. So that's early game sets right here. And then in the end game players, I almost put her in Relentless. I almost put this champion in Relentless, because if you know anything about champions who need to do ally attack like Farrakhan the Fat, and or with her AoE on her A2, Relentless makes them get around to their skill again. They take 1 turn and then they take another turn. It makes that skill come around often, right? So I considered it, but I was like, let me save my Relentless for somebody. Besides, if I put her in a Relentless, she'll be working more about getting her what do you call that skill now, her A3 off, to just use it again and again. She will not be doing high amount of damage with her A2. So that's why I sacrificed repeated turns for. Besides, the A3 seems like he's going to be on a 3-turn cooldown if she grants that extra turn. That's why I said, let me save my Relentless for somebody else who might need it. Another set in the end game that would be very, very beneficial for a champion like this will be this set that allows her to use a skill again, or maybe don't reset the cooldown of her skill. I mean, that's what I meant to say. So that's reflex set, and that's what it does. It's a 40% chance to reduce a random skill cooldown. So whether it reduces the A2 cooldown or the A3 cooldown, you're still going to benefit from it. Only 2 main skill right here. That means you use that A2 more often for AoE hit, or she will use the A3 more often for 2 ally joint attack skill. Whatever, you can't go wrong with Relentless and reflex sets. I'd love to know what endgame players are building on it. I couldn't decide, that's why I went random sets, just to focus on damage. So depends on what you want to do. Make her use numerous turns again and again, or just focus on her damage and in savage, lethal, or some other merciless endgame sets. I wanted to save all those sets for more players who needed it. So that's my total stat on this champion. I'll show you that it's not a little damage. I've not built a lot of champions higher than 300% crit damage, and that's possible because I went total rogue, right? So you're looking at 230. Yes, I wanted to make her above 200 speed. Damage dealers usually do what, 180, 170, and 190 speed. I wanted this one for City of Sintranos Corset City hard mode. I wanted that to be about 250, but 250 was kind of cutting it too close to extreme level. So I was like, I'll use the Corset City bonus that we get from the area bonuses, right, to boost her speed to about 250. So I'll show you the stats right here, but the main stats she got was these 2 crit rate, crit damage that I was looking for. See, no resistance, no accuracy at all, and defense. is also important. 5,251 defense. I was trying to hit for that 6,000, but it wasn't worth it. The HP was getting too low, and so I'm very, very proud of this build. When you go offset, magically things happen like this that you can do. Now, I've not tested her in battle. This is the first time I'm building this champion, and before I even fight one battle, I wanted to record the video and showcase this for you guys to see whether she's worth all the hype. And if I go scroll over to the Corset City area bonus that will be coming right here, like I said, I could hit that 250 mark of speed requirement I'm personally looking for on a champion like this, to make her take numerous turns a lot faster. So coming up to 12 plus speed from area bonuses, 9% plus accuracy, crit damage from area bonuses, still getting me up to 325% crit damage. I like that a lot. I don't need accuracy, but I'm getting 6% ignore defense also from area bonus. I intend to max this area bonus by fighting more live arenas so we can benefit from all this. So I'd love to know in the comment below, where are you using this champion? Check out her masteries. Nothing special about it, just normal offense masteries, but she doesn't always go down to war master except you intend to only use her against bosses. Just to improve her damage, I'm going towards Hem Smasher because I already have enough crit damage. But if you don't have enough crit damage, you can probably also select Flawless Execution at the end. She doesn't need accuracy or support masteries. I don't think that benefits her a lot at all, but instead she went towards this counter attack masteries down here, which she will always counter attack when she hits when she gets hit anyways. But that's it. For her blessings, you can see I went Heaven Cast as the recommended option for 1-star to 4-star blessing, and then this other what do you call this in Crushing Rend if you have a 5-star 6-star blessing unlocked, because she will really benefit from that. So that's the mastery and blessing options. So for the benefit of newer players, I'll just put together a beginner friendly dungeon team, because newer players can use champions like this everywhere. If she's one of your first epic and you're thinking, should you trash her, is she bad, let's just go over to a content like this and show you what she can help you do in content like that. So I'll take out everybody else and leave my beginner friendly champions epic only, right? Epics, yes. And show the champions in the vault. Always, for a champion who wants to showcase her skill in terms of damage she does, right, you always want to put somebody in front of the leader slot that will most likely increase her defense even higher. Remember, her damage is based on defense. I want to showcase her. Normally you want somebody who will go fast, like a Deacon Armstrong in the leader slot, but for the purpose of this test video, I want to put defensive aura in the front to boost her defense even higher. And remember, Sepulchre Sentinel also has that increased defense buff that she will put out there. Well, I don't know if Sepulchre Sentinel is faster than her though. All right, let's see decrease defense and weaken. I don't know your sources of decrease defense and weaken, but I will try my old-fashioned decrease defense and weaken champion, who is going to be Mitrella Livebane. No, what's her name now? Lydia. I can't do legendaries for that then. I have to just add Lydia just to test this damage out to see if Lydia will boost our damage a little bit. There's my Lydia. That's the Lydia. And this too is all I need to boost her damage, right? Then I'll bring her in to just do a damage test. Just a damage test, right? Because we want to see whether she's actually nuking before I go over to the content I want to use her in. And where is she now? The newest epic I built, Morag. There she is. So with a team like this, we shouldn't go wrong, right? Does Lydia have increased defense? Maybe I don't even need. She doesn't. Anyways, let's go into the battle and see what we can do to the wave first of all, right? And go. I'm testing it out in one dungeon, and the same way it works in this dungeon, that's the same way it works in every dungeon. Now, she also might be very, very useful in content like the Fire Knight, where you don't yet have a Farken the Fat to bring everybody else to hit the Fire Knight, or maybe she'll be one of the champions you use for that purpose. Some people build two ally attack champions, Farken the Fat and her, take down the shields even at hard mode Fire Knight maybe. Alright, I wanted to test out the decrease defense and weaken as it placed out there. I don't want to nuke first until I have increased defense on me. And she's negative affinity for the content. Nah, I'm not testing her damage in level 20 then. since she's negative affinity for this content, I want to test it out in a content where she's actually the right affinity. Always take note of that. If you're fighting a champion like in a content like that, she will do less damage. This is stage 20 is magic, so we'll use her against 25 then. Let's go to the higher. So she's the right affinity here for sure. Let's try that again. I'm putting it in 1x speed so we can see her damage numbers on screen. I want to use her A1 first till I have increased defense on my champions. Her A1 will do 24k, 30k, not bad. Now with increased defense up here, I want to use the AoE now because she was faster than my Sepulchre. All right, here comes the AoE skill, the A2 that everybody wants to see. Can she clear waves? Can she take care of herself? Can she all that stuff? Let's see if my 300 crit damage and my 5k defense and my arena bonus, whatever, will help me. 93k, 93k, 80k, 93k. Not bad. Remember, this is hard mode dragon. Not bad though. She didn't like clear them like a seer or something crazy. So you're not going to be using this champion in the arena, because arena champions with decreased defense and weaken, they will nuke everything flat. So of course I did not also have ignore defense artifact set on her or anything like savage. So I'll put it on full auto. Let's see the rest of the battle to see what else she does. When she gets hit, she will do with her A1 counter attack. That's it. I want to see her get hit again. That's the ally attack. She got, okay, she's not getting hit. She got hit. She'll retaliate with her A1. She didn't retaliate that time. That's the strengthening. Wait, when she does that skill, she doesn't hit? I just saw her use that skill and she did not hit. This one. Okay, she places the strengthening then attacks, or she attacks then places the strengthening. Anyways, I didn't see her hit. 34k on the A1 right here. I just clear this wave and then move on. So Morag will be used, especially I saw the stage, is stage 12 of City of Sintranos. And that's the hit again for 9k, 83k. It's not bad, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. I'll end it right here. I'll not show more. But she's definitely not the best damage dealer I've seen in stage 20, 25 dungeons. But I built her for one content, and that's where I'll be using her, which is the Corset City. I think the stage was stage 12. It's very restrictive on what you can do, and so far I have my options, right? And I think there are other City of Sintranos stages where she will also be useful for sure, but I've seen some people even building 2 copies of her. If not for this stage, other stages will require dwarfs only, who are spirit affinity or special requirement, epics only, whatever it is. Hopefully I'm building up my roster to get to that stage when I can clear this entire content without getting stuck every week when the rotation comes around. So that's my purpose for building Morag. She's not going to feature in any of my arena team. She's not going to feature in any of my clan boss team. She doesn't seem like a good candidate to be used in a clan boss, just to be honest. So, but with high crit rate, high crit damage in wave content, maybe with special artifact sets, maybe, I don't know, stun set, I don't know what people are putting her in. I'd love to know how you built your Morag in the comments below, because so far mine is just like a normal champion that you build with full damage, who can keep yourself alive with a high defense and not be a liability. Now if I wanted that in lifesteal, how could that, or blood shield, that other set that you get from the Doom Tower. Will this champion be useful in the Doom Tower? I don't know, but definitely any wave content that works well in the Dragon or dungeons will work the same way in the Doom Tower if she doesn't get nuked to bits and pieces or blocked, revived, or something crazy. So that's Morag, a defensive based champion from the Dwarf faction. Not the best we've seen, not the Geomancers that we know of, but definitely one of those ones that is not a total vault guard who you just obtain as an epic and never build, never use. She's definitely worth using, at least for me, in one content in the end game. I'd love to know what newer players are doing with this champion. So I've seen a lot about her. This is my first copy. If she impresses me further in that Corset City, I might build two copies and use her for that content alone. For now, that's my champion guide. Hopefully I did justice to her. Hopefully you like the build. Let me know in the comments how you built hers, how you built yours, and how I can improve mine. All right, later guys, don't forget to like and subscribe for more daily raid content. Later guys.